Good morning, everybody. It's Cowboy. Sorry for the late start. Just had a little bit of trouble with the system here. As you all know, that kind of stuff happens. Yep. So it is what it is. And we're just going to move on with the show. Again, you can see I was having trouble with the sound yesterday, cameras today. It's just nonstop. And that's what happens when you get a new computer, right? That is the issue. So I'm just going to throw the link out there, take a moment to do that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and jump right into the charts here. Now, Bitcoin has been just pulling back. And then my buddy here, Cool Cat, told us yesterday he thought that price was going to head back up yesterday after a certain point. So we're going to back out, take a look at the actual, like on the daily. We're going to maximize the screen here. So that's what happens with a new computer. Just stuff does not work. And then like you got to figure it out. And so we'll go to like the swing trade time frames here. And Bitcoin itself, I did have it coming down. I thought it would pop up here. It looks like I needed to dive down for a little more liquidity. Now, I thought it might dive down a little bit later. So if you look here, you can see the magenta is what I had planned as of Sunday. And it was right for a while, but then Bitcoin diverged and headed down. So the new arrow was what I had planned yesterday. And of course, as things go in the bull market, nobody gets their entry. It's almost always how it is. Morning, Cool Cat. Yeah, so you were thinking it might head up, and he was saying to us yesterday that he thought it would head up right as of here. And surely it did. So there were a lot of liquidations, and they're right kind of where that line is, more or less. At the time, there were a lot of liquidations in that area. So if we go over to the Kingfisher.io, we can see where those might be. And this is a great application. There's actually a link to this in the description, and it's free. You can like spin a wheel and get credits, and that's cool. So that's one way to go about it. Or you can just simply spin the wheel, get free credits, and get all the liquidation data that you want as long as you win, which is pretty cool as well. And let's see here. I think I need to. For some reason, I guess all I can do is this little tiny screen here, which is kind of a pain in the butt. I should be able to move this. Yep, here it is. And let's maximize this if we can. Okay, so this is a liquidation map, and there's a lot of liquidity sitting at 99,300 to 99,800. So let's blow this up a little bit, make it a little easier to see if possible. And yeah, not as good. So you can see it right there in this area. A lot of liquidation between 99.3 and 99.6. So we can go over to the chart and we can actually map that out with this 99.3 to 99.6. And price is going to want to go up here before it goes down. So if you're just kind of watching things, price has been steadily heading up towards this area right there. And it makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of liquidity here from all the price action that occurred right here. So a lot of liquidations also happen to be up there. A lot of people went short. Fortunately, I was short on a scalp. I got out right around that area, right around the time that Cool Cat's like, hey, it's going to go up. And I looked and I'm like, yeah, it could. So I got out with profit. But of course, so there you go. So as of now, I'll leave the magenta up there because that was the prior plan. We'll see whether or not price actually reconverges with that. But it does appear price may head up to grab that right now. We're gonna have to take a look at that as it moves on. So that's Bitcoin. Let me take a look at the comments. Let me see. Okay, Cool Cat was using BitMEX Sniper. Yeah, I used to use that a long time ago. So basically, yeah, Kingfisher's like basic. You'll get it right away. All you got to do is just jump in and see it. Valley Girl is unable to find us on YouTube. Let's see here. Yeah, I didn't Valley Girl, you need to subscribe. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I didn't put my link out for anybody. Just I don't know if you could tell, I'm actually a little bit sick. Got a little head cold here, so I didn't sleep that well. So I got to play. So a lot of things didn't happen, and among those, a lot of things that didn't happen was that I didn't spread the link around. I didn't tell anybody that this show is going because I figured, at this point, you ought to know I'm already here. I'm here every day doing this. And if you're in the comments right now and you have a chart that you want to see, go ahead and ask for it. I'll probably move on in just a moment to Solana. And we will take a look at that. All right. So let's see what Solana says. Okay, so Solana doing as it does. Typically, especially at this time in the market, Solana is like a leveraged version of Bitcoin. So it pulled down to basically where I said it would, or at least along that trajectory. And then as Bitcoin rose up, Solana rose up more quickly, right? That's typically what happens. And it's been up about, I'd say 12% from where it bottomed out here around $200. So that, that's just what it's doing now. What it does after this, I'll have to kind of take a look. A lot of it's going to depend on Bitcoin and what Bitcoin does. Now, Bitcoin is still bullish on the high time frame. So whatever it's doing right now is eventually going to stop happening, most likely, right? So what that probably will translate to is that this will just look like a big bull flag. And eventually it'll probably head up. It'll probably maybe go down more, maybe not, and then it should probably head up. And that again is going to completely depend on what Bitcoin does. So, yeah, Solana, right? That's funny. Yeah, that's our inside little joke on Solana. All right, give me 1 second, folks. So one thing about having kids is that they're always sick, and when kids are always sick, then you're always sick. And I managed to avoid it most, like at least half the time. I don't get sick when they do, but not this time. And that has to do with just a lack of sleep, working too much. So it is what it is. That's why I sound like a frog. Let's take a look at the clock here. Yeah, it's a little late. It's I started like 5 minutes late. It's been 10 minutes, so we're gonna hop over to the private live lab. So go ahead and head over to Algo Factory. I know if you've been watching these videos, you can see how accurate my predictions are. And anytime you can predict where markets are going to go, you can make a fair amount of money. Long or short, you can bet on price going up, and you can bet on the price going down, and you can do that successfully. So this is a great place to be. We teach you how to do all of this. Now if you're a trader already, we just had a trader come in, and he he was like, 4 months later, he goes, I'm gonna stop Algo Factory. I said, why? Why are you gonna do that? He goes, well, because I don't need you anymore. It's like, you guys corrected my trading. My trading was problematic. I came in, I followed your stuff, and now my trading is good. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Good deal. So long story short, come to algofactory.tech. We're going to help you either learn how to do this, and it's pretty simple, that you don't have to know how to computer code, nothing like that. And if you already know how to trade, we could probably straighten you out. But we are going to hop off of here and go over to the private live lab. So just keep in mind.
Join us or die.